Chapter 44. Zipping across the slick marble floor, Kyle and his team, trailed by Haley, practically slid into Community Meeting Room B, where Andrew Peckelman stood with a notepad, jotting down everything that was written on the whiteboard walls.
"Hey!" shouted Akimi. "That's cheating!"
Andrew spun around. His eyes were the size of tennis balls behind his goggle glasses. He sputtered.
"You guys left the door open!"
"No, we did not," said Kyle, extremely calmly, especially considering how much he wanted to throttle Peckelman. "It locks automatically. I checked." "And I double-checked the door before we went to bed," said Miguel. Kyle was surprised to hear it. "You did?" "You bet, bro. That's what teammates do." They knocked knuckles.
"Well, you don't have anything but a stupid list of stupid books and stupid authors and a stupid Bible verse."
"A verse which," boomed Mr. Limoncello, whose face had just appeared on the video screen wall, "you would do well to memorize, Mr. Peckelman. Thou shalt not steal." Mr. Limoncello was dressed in a curled white wig and a long black robe. He looked like a judge in England. He slammed down a rubber gavel on his desk. It made a noise like a whoopee cushion. "Will everyone kindly join me in the rotunda reading room? At once." Everybody shuffled out of the meeting room and into the rotunda. They were shocked to see that Mr. Limoncello himself was seated behind the librarian's desk at the center of the circular room. This was no hologram. This was the real deal. Charles, all smiles, made a grand entrance, slowly descending one of the spiral staircases. "Good morning, everybody," he called out cheerfully. "What's all the excitement? Did I miss something?" "Just your man Andrew trying to cheat," said Miguel. "What? Oh, good morning, Mr. Limoncello. I didn't expect to find you here, inside the library." "Isn't today your birthday, sir?" "Yes, Charles, and there's no place I'd rather be on my big day than inside a library surrounded by books. Unless, of course, I could be on a bridge to Terabithia." "Well, sir, I must say, you're looking fit and trim. Have you been working out?" "No, Charles. Today I will be working in." "Beg your pardon?" "Today I will be working here, inside the library, supervising the final hours of the competition." "Oh, I don't think it will take hours, sir," said Charles. "Not to brag, but I suspect some of us will be going home very soon." "You are correct. For instance, Mr. Peckelman. He will be leaving right now."
"What?"
whined Peckelman.
"Why?"
"Because you cheated. You tried to steal the other team's hard-earned information." Peckelman's eyes darted back and forth.
"It wasn't my fault. It was Charles's idea."
He whipped up his arm and waggled his finger.
"Charles told me to do it. He made me do it."
"Mr. Peckelman, please approach the bench, which, in this instance, is actually a desk. Let me see the library card you used to gain access to Community Meeting Room B." Somewhat reluctantly, Andrew handed it over. "Is your name Sierra Russell?"
"No, sir,"
Andrew said to his shoes. "He stole my card?" said Sierra. She opened her latest book and pulled out the library card bookmark. "Whose card do you have, Sierra?" asked Charles. "Andrew Peckelman's." "Aha," said Charles. "He pulled the old switcheroo, eh?"
"Because you told me to,"
said Peckelman. "Really?" Charles said, sniggering. "How dare you make such a scandalous accusation? Do you have any proof?"
"I don't need any stupid proof. You bullied me into stealing Sierra's card."
Mr. Limoncello banged his gavel again. "And thus ends the story of Andrew and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Mrs. Bunny?" A hologram of the old lady Bunny from Goodnight Moon hopped on top of the librarian's desk. "Good night, Andrew," said the bunny. "Your time with us is all through." Clarence and Clement, the security guards, appeared and escorted Peckelman out of the building. "Sir," said Sierra, "would you like Andrew's library card for the discard pile?" "No, thank you. That card is now property of Team Kyle." Haley Daly raised her hand. "Yes, Haley?" Kyle saw her shoot a withering glance at Charles. "How may I help you, dear?" asked Mr. Limoncello. "Well, sir, if it's okay with you, I'd like to switch sides. I want to join Kyle Keeley's team."